Welcome to Video 1 of the Yavapai-Apache Nation Environmental Code webinar, presented by the Yavapai-Apache Nation Environmental Protection Department. On behalf of everyone involved in this webinar, thank you so much for sharing your time with us to become familiar with the Environmental Code. Why do we even have an Environmental Code? The simplest answer is to protect. And what are we protecting? The stunning and natural environment and its equally important resources. The code also protects your public health, your safety, your welfare, political integrity, and the economic security of the nation. The Environmental Code will regulate the use of the nation's land and exercise civil jurisdiction over all tribal members and non-tribal members. And finally, the code will provide an ordinance necessary or incidental to the nation's legislative power. The Environmental Code is for the protection of land and all life on this land. A little bit of history on the Environmental Code. To the people of the Yavapai-Apache Nation, the Verde River, Hatayakahela, to the Yavapai, which means big river, and Tuchu, Nali, to the Apache, which means big water flowing, and the nation's water resources are important physical and spiritual anchors to their place in this world. The Yavapai-Apache Tribal Council enacts this title to facilitate the nation's exercise of authority over its water resources and to protect and preserve the nation's rights in its water resources to the maximum extent permitted under the law of the Yavapai-Apache Nation and under any applicable federal laws. The Verde Valley and the environment, along with its natural resources, are important physical and spiritual anchors to the Yavapai-Apache people. Over time, the mistreatment of the nation's environment and natural resources are threatening to negatively impact not just the environment and its resources, but the public safety, health, welfare, political integrity, and economic security of the people. In what ways has the environment been mistreated? Well, by illegal dumping, improper waste management, uncontrolled disposal of waste, improper storage of pesticides and toxic chemicals, and by air pollutants emitted on the nation or by air pollutants transported to the reservation from off-reservation resources. All of this threatens the Verde River and its species by erosion, impacts to livestock grazing, tamarisk, the invasive shrub, encroachment and sedimentation. Unregulated development on the reservation threatens to harm the health of the nation, which includes you and anyone else living or working on the reservation. Also, public nuisance threatens to create and continue to create unsafe and unhealthy conditions for all people and animals. So what do we do about this? How are we going to turn things around and focus simultaneously on the people and the land? The nation has established and will maintain a comprehensive environmental code to address the problems on the reservation for its members and anyone residing or otherwise coming onto the reservation. The Environmental Code will formalize and establish uniform requirements and procedures to safeguard and protect the environment and the natural resources to protect the public health, safety, and environment of the reservation. The code applies to everyone within the exterior boundaries of the reservation, including but not limited to all Yavapai-Apache Nation members, any Indian or Native American who is a member of a federally recognized Indian tribe, all non-Indians, and all persons defined in the Environmental Code. We're going to go more in depth about the Environmental Code throughout this series to give you a better understanding. You're also welcome to review the Environmental Code by visiting Yavapai-Apache.org website. You'll find it under Tribal Codes labeled as Yavapai-Apache Nation Environmental Code. Thanks for watching.